Hello everyone, welcome to your summer prep guide for university applications. In this video, we're going to try to prepare you for your college application and what you actually should be doing this summer. One of my juniors actually reached out to me and said that I have no idea what I'm doing this summer and I feel like I'm doing nothing. So this is your complete roadmap into what you should be prioritizing. I'm not going to give set deadlines and dates because you might be seeing this video at different points of time, but this should be your priority list. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Comment down below if you have any ideas, and let's get straight into the video. The first thing you should be doing is research. Now, I recently just put my college reveal video, and in that I try to discuss how you can actually make your college list. And I'll tell you that this is one of the most crucial steps because making that list will tell you some requirements that you might need to prepare for months in advance. So I think you should make your college list. That video also has a free guide that you can download, and this video will also have a free guide on the entire roadmap, so make sure to go and get that guide right now. Now, one other thing about making that college list is that you'll get clarity on what kind of college you're applying to and the major as well, and I hope that that video will help you out. Second point is to understand your application requirements. Now, after you make your college list, you'll go into each of your colleges and each major requirement, and you'll make sure that you have those portfolios, you'll have those standardized testing scores if it's needed, English proficiency scores, and you'll make sure you're meeting the EA deadline because this is very important. Now, the thing is, I didn't apply EA, and that's majorly because I hadn't made my college list in time. This is exactly why you need to do it, and this is exactly me telling you the mistakes I basically made. I would also say you need to get your letters of recommendations from your teachers, instructors, or whoever, and make sure you get them months in advance so that you just have that done with. The third thing that you should be doing now is essays. After condensing your college list, now you take the required essays that they need, and some actually might have optional prompts which we'll get to a little later, but take all the required essays and just put it down in an Excel sheet or note it down in your notebook. Now you'll realize that even though the word counts might be different, the topics are more or less the same. There'll be a community service essay, there'll be something about your creativity, there'll be something about a challenge. So you'll have these set essay topics, and a tip over here is to go to the UCs, so the University of California, go through their essay prompts and pick out 4 varied ones. One will be on your creativity, one will be on sport or extracurricular that is most important to you, one will be on community service, and one will just be in academics in general. Something like that really did help me out because first of all, I did apply to the UCs, and obviously not everybody is going to apply there, but you'll have these set essay topics which you would write around 350 to 500 words for. So you have basically an essay bank that you're building. I would just say have these topics in mind and what you exactly want to write about, because for some people it'll come instantly to them like, oh, sport, I'll write about football, or like, oh, creativity, I'll write about like my art blog or whatever. But some people it might not be that easy to come up with an idea, so just having these prompts in your head will help you brainstorm over the summer so that you can come up with those essay topics in general. I would also say that now for the optional essays, try to choose prompts that match the essays you've already written. So supposing a university like USC, even though it doesn't have an additional essay, I'm just going to give that example because that's where I am attending. I don't know why I can't speak properly, but for USC, supposing there's an additional essay and I have to choose between writing something about art or something about a sport. If I've already written an entire essay which I know is good quality, or I have that idea to write an essay about art, just pick that, and then if another college has an art essay, I'll pick that additional prompt as well, so I don't have to rewrite the essay, and I just need to change a few words or cut down or increase a few words, sentences specific to the university, so that way it just makes your life way easier and you know that that's a high quality essay, and this stops you from getting burnt out and just being burdened with writing so many essays. So it's not as bad as it seems. I would also say make sure that you, whenever you're drafting your essays, just put it on Grammarly, make it get it checked properly, and then send it out to people who you want to get an external perspective, your teachers, your friends. I mean, friends to a certain extent because they are applying with you, so you don't want any plagiarism to happen, but people who you can trust, basically, I would say just send it over to them because getting an external point of view is so much more important, and make sure to stay on topic. Moving on, let's go into stats and extracurriculars. I think this is what a lot of you asked in my college decision video, and I already have a video on my stats and extracurriculars. I have a video on that because a lot of you asked about about it. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. And also I just wanted to let you guys know that even for my essay tips, I have that video put out, but now on Instagram and also on YouTube, I'm sharing short form content which just condenses these videos into like smaller guides so that you can check that out. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. But as I was saying, for stats and extracurriculars, I think having 3 pillars is really important. The first is your creativity pillar. So this goes into performing arts, your normal arts, your theater acts, your dancing, your singing, all of that. Not everybody is going to have this, but having this is crucial into understanding for the university admissions officer's perspective that you are also a creative person and you have that like flair or whatever. So having that is important in your activities, in my opinion. I had a bunch of things. I had 8 years of dance, singing, acting, and that's because I am more of a creative person or like towards that side, but obviously it's not applicable to everyone. So maybe like one activity would be great to have at least. I would also say that your super curricular is important and not necessary, but I would say that it boosted my application because I had 2 internships in my like major, and I also had like, you know, my YouTube channel and my Instagram blog and my Discord servers and, you know, stuff like that, which just went into the world of media. So I would say super curriculars are very important, and they're basically just activities or projects or extracurriculars that are directly related to your major. So like for computer science, you would have like a graphic design project or something like that. I would also say community service is extremely important because not only for the activity itself, but you can take that activity and make an entire essay about it, because there's gonna be some community service essay in mostly every university, because they want to know that you are a good person pretty much, and you need to show them that by your activities and not just your words. Moving on to the 5th thing, I think talking to your university representatives is extremely important into getting into your dream universities especially. So from your college list, pick out a priority of 3 to 5 and make sure that you're engaging with your university reps. Some universities actually put that as a valuation into accepting your application. For me, USC didn't actually have that as something that they look at for accepting you, but I made sure to talk to my university guidance officer, like your university representative, and there were a bunch of I got emails because I was like showing my engagement, and they actually had come to my school to give a workshop. I made sure to talk to them individually. I made sure to ask my questions on Zoom, because asking one question about essays in USC actually changed my entire essay like 15 days before the application. So I think it's extremely important to talk to your university reps, because what I was doing is exactly what she told me not to do and what they don't value in an essay. I would also say that go to university fairs, go to workshops, even if they aren't universities that you know of necessarily. They can give you advice that is applicable for your university application process in general. The 6th thing I think is summer courses, internships, volunteer projects. So this does come under stats and extracurriculars, but I would say if your stats and extracurriculars are looking extremely good, you can add these summer courses into your resume or your CV. And I want to make an entire video on how you make like a good CV and resume, but I think that this is way more important, so this is why I'm making this video. I would say that internships are important but not necessary. I did 2 internships before understanding that I'm actually applying for this major, so it actually worked well in my favor, but it was something I was interested in. That's why I did the internships in the first place. So not necessary, but I think it does boost your application. The 7th thing to do is, once you're done with your application or like the most of it, make sure somebody reviews it. This is extremely important, and not just your mom and your dad and your parents, because let's face it, like some of them are involved in your university process, but my parents weren't as involved or know about like academics and like, you know, my major specifically. So I would definitely want some external perspective to look at it. Of course, they're going to be very insightful in your essays and just understanding that in general, but having your teachers, your professors, your principal, if that's possible, just having them look over your application holistically is extremely important, because they might give you some insight that nobody else will. And yeah, that is my 7-step roadmap into your summer prep and what you should be doing before you enter into college or apply to colleges basically. I hope this video helped you guys out. Stay tuned for the next video. I hopefully will upload on YouTube every week, and I'm trying to upload on Instagram and YouTube Shorts every day. And thank you guys so much for all your support, and I will see you next Saturday or Sunday. Bye.